Fever got their first Commissioner's Cup win of the season, beating the Chicago Sky. And do you notice something on that Indiana side? Because I noticed something on the Indiana side, something I've been waiting to see for since the season started. All five starters scored in double figures. Go figure.
Yeah.
When you play team basketball, things happen.
When have they? Okay, well, hold on, bro. How are you saying they haven't played team basketball?
Depending on who you ask, can be a number.
Oh, okay.
It can be a number of different ways. And one way is one of the main points people want to talk about. So let me skip past the team statistics and go straight here because, yeah. Kennedy Carter, she wanted to send a message to Caitlin Clark, and she did.
Did she, though?
Wrong for doing so.
Did she really send a message to her?
Well,
I mean, but hold on. Can it be me and you on the screen for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I want to ask this question to you. Like, real talk. Did anything that she did really send a message to Caitlin Clark? Because if this was night one, then I could say I agree with that statement.
To me, no.
But Caitlin Clark has been in 10 games, and she has been double teamed for 10 games. And this is just par for the course. Like, here's the thing, and this is something that people who now are just starting to follow the WNBA need to understand and realize. Please allow me to elaborate. Y'all, this stuff's been happening. Okay? What you saw on Saturday between Kennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark, that's nothing compared to some of the things that have happened in this league. And I'll just take the 5 years that I've been covering the league. Like, this is nothing new. Was Kennedy Carter wrong for her action? Yes. Okay? But this is no different. I will take you back to the WNBA Finals, the WNBA Finals that I was courtside for. When Kalia Copper, then of the Chicago Sky, playing against Sophie Cunningham of the Phoenix Mercury, were going after a ball. And it was supposed to be a jump ball. And while Sophie was still on the floor, she was looking up at Kalia Copper standing over top of her. And Kalia looked at her like, if you get up. Like, so I just want people to recognize this is nothing new. But it is the fact that it's Kennedy Carter, a black woman in the WNBA, who has played for several years, going up against a young woman in Caitlin Clark, who is brand new to this league and who a lot of people are paying attention to. But that's been happening all season long. So for everybody to make this about this big thing, okay, well then clearly that just shows a difference between those of us who have been watching this league for several years versus all the newbies in the building who saw it and said, ooh, that shouldn't have happened. We can't believe she did that. Is this what the league always does? Pump your brakes. All right?
Here's my issue. Refs, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Talking about the W?
Like, I'm talking about the referees.
Well,
what are we doing? Like, come on. Like, we knew, everybody who's seen it play knew what kind of call that should have been.
Right.
And why does the league have to raise it to the flagrant foul when it's supposed to be called right on the floor to begin with? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? That should have been called a flagrant one on point. You knew the ball wasn't even in bounds when she hip checked her. So with the refs not doing their part, it's adding more to this narrative that's going on.
I will refrain from giving you my opinion on referees in the WNBA for this moment. I have had several times in my coverage of this league where I have asked myself, you, and others that exact same question. The refs in the W, I feel, need to be properly trained on the game of basketball. Not all, just some. And I'll leave it at that.
I'd be the first one to say Kenny Carter, you was wrong for doing that. But guess what? I'm not going to argue because guess what? It's competition. I seen worse.
I've seen worse in this league. I'm trying to tell, and that's what.
I seen worse. Okay, so I'm not gonna. Hey, you was wrong for what you did. It's just the rest thing. Like I'm gonna need the rest to get it together. Okay?
But see, I'm gonna go one step further than the refs, man. Because listen, here's what I want to know: where was her teammates?
I was gonna get to that too.
Dog, I'm telling you right now.
That's the other main point.
Where were her teammates, bruh?
Where the hell have they been for the first 10 games? Because Kenny Carter's been getting beat up.
Some of them have stepped up every once in a while. But I'm asking on this particular moment, for this particular moment, where was her crew? Because you and I both know if you and me on a team and someone come after you, hey, I see red, bruh. That's my brother right there. If one of us go down, we all go down. That's how it works. If I got to pull you up and pull this person away, whatever the case may be, whatever finna happen. But when you put a move like that on one of my teammates, yo, jersey coming off, I don't care. I'm coming off the bench. You hear me? Find me if you got to.
We can go to the Chicago Sky. Let something happen on one of them guards. You got Angel Reese on that team, and you got Camila Cardozo on that team.
Thank you. If I'm Caitlin Clark, I do have to ask myself at least that question. I know I'm going to get double teamed. I know people are going to come after me. I know they are going to do whatever is possible because they're going to put their best foot forward and try and make a name for themselves by going after me because I'm the one. However, where's Aaliyah Boston?
That should be the first person.
She was right there she was the one inbounding the ball.
That should be the first person.
She was inbounding the ball.
Last year's Rookie of the Year should be the one setting the tone.
That's all I'm saying, bro. That's my thing. Kennedy Carter, you was wrong. I get heat of the moment. I get the play. I understand all of that. It's the level of competition. You are the best in the world. However, you did an action that was not indicative of who you are. Or more importantly, if that is who you are, that's not who the league is.
I heard stories about her in ATL.
And that's fine. If that's who she is, then you know what? She embraced who she was. Okay?
Yeah. My problem with Kennedy was, why would you do that after you make the bucket? You made the shot.
In the heat of the moment. In the heat of the moment, playmaker, you know as well as I do, in the heat of the moment, sometimes our conscious mind does not filter quick enough. It's just a quick reaction. We just gonna do what we do. Okay? But I still say she was wrong for what she did. But Caitlin Clark acknowledges it and knows that this is what's going to happen. She knows. So you know what? She has got to figure out, how do I, one, not let this happen? Or number two, how do I get this to my advantage to where when things like this happen, I know my team got my back first. And then secondly, what needs to be done as far as ensuring that this doesn't happen again?
And I can
not
say
this egregious.
I can say this: if people want to, Kennedy Carter, they can, because What was the final score?
By 1 point.
Yeah, a wait for a ball foul led to a free throw by Caitlin Clark, who actually made the free throw.
Yep.
So if people really want to, they can use that and say you cost the Chicago Sky again.
Oh yeah.
And people really want to.
And people are gonna say that. Here's my thing with Kennedy Carter, my brother. If you're not going to say anything in a press conference when people are asking you about the situation, then do me and everybody else a favor. If you ain't going to address it, then don't go on social media and address it. That's my problem with her right there. Kennedy Carter, please understand. If you say you through with something, if you say you done with something and you're not talking about it, then don't go to social media and talk about it. I have a huge problem with that.
See, I was gonna ask if she did she really post that on social media? Because
hey, her name's attached to it. Whether it was her people, her mama, her auntie, her sister, her brother, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, it was posted.
Because I was gonna say you could have said that in the press conference. Because no matter what,
exactly.
whatever you say is gonna get ran with no matter what.
Right. Everybody in there with their phones and their cameras and they laptops and tablets and whatever. So if you wanted to say it then. Don't wait till you in the confines of your own like personal space and say, "Oh no, I'm gonna say it." No. That's what I got a problem with. I got a problem with your foul because it should have never happened. I get you was upset. That I could at least deal with because I was like, "Look, heat of the moment, she made a mistake." You went to the press conference and you said, "I'm not discussing Caitlin Clark." But then on social media to say all she got is a 3. What else has she brought to the game? Well, no. I thought you didn't want to talk about it. I thought you didn't want to have nothing to say about this.
I'm glad you brought that question up because because it's exactly what I did. Because after that game, Caitlin Clark joined Sabrina Ionescu as the only players in their first 10 games to score 150 points, 50 rebounds, and dish out 50 dimes. So Kennedy Carter, what does she have to bring? I want you to see this graphic right here. And that should answer your question. Only one other player has done that since the WNBA has come into existence. And that's
there you go. So